What is happening, everybody? My name's Seven and welcome to a Fortnite video. Just before we get into this, I would like to say that at this moment in time I actually have the flu. I am not in the best of health, so I will try my very best to get this commentary on point to give you all the information I possibly can, and then I'll be residing straight back to my bed to rest. So in today's video we're going to be talking about the patch 1.9, which is coming to Battle Royale on Fortnite. Of course there will be also some patch notes for the standard game as well. If you want to check any of that out, it will be in the description below. So let's begin with the major update that they're adding to Battle Royale, which is the launch pads. Now this is stated online as prepare your gliders, and the reason for this is this launch pad is going to allow you to place it down like any other trap that exists in the game. I mean, it can also be destroyed just like any other trap, but when you stand on this trap, or this launch pad as they're calling it, it will fling you straight back up into the air and you will be able to redeploy your glider. Now this has unlimited uses, so you can use it over and over again, and it can be triggered by any player in the game. So the second you place it down, if you want to be the one using it, you need to step onto it and it'll throw you up into the air, and you will then be able to re-glide around the map in your glider. It's pretty crazy, and I can imagine this is going to change games quite a lot, especially if someone saves this for, you know, the back end of the game and they build some form of structure with an open roof. You know, place this down and then fly up into the sky. This could seriously give people some crazy advantages, and also help people in that end zone when people build sky bases to get up there and join those crazy folk up in the sky. So let me know what you guys think about this and how you would utilize it in game. In addition to this, they've changed a bunch of different settings as well in the game. So if you're somebody who plays on console or plays on PC with a controller, you can expect when this update lands that your settings will go back to default. Now they've changed it to try and make it a little bit easier for when you're picking the sensitivity, because there were some complications before where, for example, the scope sensitivity would make everyone's controllers very difficult to use. It would slow down the aim even when it was on the highest of settings. So they've improved this to make the sensitivity range that little bit easier. They've also added a new reset to default option that have been added to the game menu, so you can reset at any single point you want to and go back to the standard default settings. As we all know, Fortnite have been trying to balance the amount of ammunition that we pick up in game. So now in duo playlist, the medium ammo stack has been increased from 10 rounds to 14 rounds, and in squads this has been increased from 10 to 18. Now this is only adjusted on ammunition that's found in ammo cans, treasure chests and supply drops, and eventually this will be added to floor loot as well, but for now it won't be included in floor loot. They've also decreased the movement speed by 20% when you're swinging your harvesting tool to destroy items. Now if you have this open and you run as a standard player and you're not swinging it, it won't slow you down. It's only when you're actually using the tool itself, and that's quite an interesting one, but it's going to be quite good to see that in game. It's definitely going to be a little bit more difficult now to collect resources, especially in a heated situation due to this reduction in speed and movement. In addition to the reduction of the speed when you're using the harvesting tool, they've also adapted some of the actual building locations where we weren't able to build prior. So there was a lot of grass covered areas where previously we wouldn't be able to build, and it would just be pretty much impossible. It would just go, you know, we deny you of the ability to build in this location. So there's a lot of grass covered areas in the game where you'll actually be able to build now and start building all your forts and crazy ideas for structures to stay alive and to dominate in the later game. Not only that though, they've also changed it so that you're able to now build in shallow bodies of water, such as Loot Lake or Moisty Mire. There are so many other places as well, but for example, when you were at Loot Lake, if you wanted to move across the lake really quickly, you'd have to start by placing a floor that was connected to the ground before stepping into the lake, and you'd be able to build a long bridge across the lake itself, and you weren't able to build walls or any form of structure in Loot Lake itself. So if you were stuck in the middle of the lake and someone saw you from a distance, you just have to hope they had zero aiming ability and you were able to, you know, basically run away from them. But that doesn't need to happen anymore. You're actually going to be able to build in these shallow bodies of water, so that's going to definitely impact how the game is going to play in those specific areas. Whenever picking up consumables in the game as well, you might have found that some of these items would be thrown into different slots and they wouldn't really stack up very well. Well, they've sorted this out, and now all of the consumables will now appropriately fill to the maximum item limit instead of stacking into different actual item slots. So hopefully this occurs with things like, say for example, bandages, you know. They've also introduced another 50 or so bug fixes, so if you want to go check that out, I'll leave a link in the description for you to go read through those. So some of those problems that you might have experienced as a player, or something you didn't quite like, might actually be included in one of those 50 or so bug fixes. There's a massive list of them, and if you're also somebody who plays the standard game, in that patch notes there is also all of the patch notes and updates, etc. for the main game itself. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today's video. I hope that this patch notes video has enlightened you a little bit more about what's actually going to be changed with the update you're about to do yourself, and I hope that you enjoy the changes in game. It's only going to get better and better as time goes on, so if there's anything else that has been missed from those patch notes that you feel need to be changed, fire away in the comments section below. Now I'm going to go reside back to my bed because I think I'm dying. Thank you so much for watching. My name's been 7 also known as Martin Lee Wood. Like and comment on all that you love. Peace.